The title of this video is, what does sales have to do with litigation? Treating a court reporter right. The number one rule of what makes an effective salesperson is likability. When you're talking to the jury after the case, the words that you want to hear from the jurors are, "We really didn't like your opposing counsel." And in terms of what people do in order to be likable is they act in a decent, respectful, and professional way. The litigators that are watching, the court reporters that are watching, have you seen lawyers that are not likable? Have you seen lawyers that behave in a way that isn't likable? Of course you have. And you have a barometer in the courtroom, which is the court reporter. Now, most lawyers have never spent an hour talking to a court reporter about the way the world works. And you have a judge, and if a judge is unhappy with your behavior, they can step on it in a very aggressive way. The bailiffs sometimes are armed and don't put up with anything, and the court clerks can make your life a living hell. But by and large, the court reporters don't tell lawyers the truth about how awful they are as human beings, how abusive they are towards the court reporter, because they depend upon the lawyers for their living. And they're afraid that if they tell you the truth about what a complete jerk you are, they won't get hired again. I recently won a major arbitration with a seven-figure award, which was collected. And the retired judge, very renowned out of Orange County, wanted a court reporter to be associated with the case, of course. And I said, well, who do you like? And judges have a very tight relationship with the court reporter because they're very dependent upon the record, and they listen to what the court reporter has to say. And there's a lot of talk about hostile work environments, and nobody really speaks up for the court reporters. But I'd like to talk about some forms of bad behavior that almost steps up to the level of abuse. Let's start with not giving the court reporter notice of when you want a transcript. There isn't a court reporter that I've known in my 40 years of practice that hasn't pulled hundreds of all-nighters. And for every hour of testimony, it's going to be 2 to 3 hours to get the transcript right. When you demand or ask for an expedited transcript on shortened time, you have now dealt that court reporter an all-nighter card. Imagine if the situation were reversed, where someone in the courtroom or the court reporter could send you an email and you, the attorney, had to work all night needlessly. That happens all the time to court reporters. Spellings. Every word has to be spelled correctly, even if it is a name that is from another country and has a very bizarre spelling. Stop, have the witness spell the words there so the court reporter doesn't have to stop and take time to come get the spelling correctly. Bickering. When you are on the record and you're not going question and answer, the worst thing you can do is waste time, because the court reporter has to take down every word. And when you get baited into discussing discovery or other things as the questioner, you are doing your client and everyone a disservice. But what's even worse is if you are the questioner and you uncork on the other side and start doing things other than asking questions, that's particularly unforgivable. Acting professionally, not bickering. The court reporters want to and have to take down every word. You need to enunciate clearly. You need to go a speed that the court reporter can catch. And you should never interrupt or step on a witness. And if you're going too fast for a court reporter who's a professional, the odds are 100% you're going too fast for the jury. I don't know a lot of litigators that talk to their court reporters about how they would be graded in relation to other people that are taking a deposition or conducting a trial. Maybe they don't want to know. But I can assure you without doubt that if you're getting an A or A plus from the court reporter, that their view of you is you're the kind of attorney I would want representing me. The odds are overwhelming that the jury, the judge, the bailiff, the court clerk, everyone in the courtroom is going to like you too. And in terms of what you're selling, your thoughts, your ideas, you're going to be winning more often than you're losing.